The forest goodbye. The evening was quiet. The last light of the sun touched the tall trees, and the forest looked like a dream. The leaves moved softly in the wind, and the air smelled of pine and earth. It was a place that always felt safe, but tonight it felt heavy, almost like the trees knew what was about to happen. Anna walked slowly along the small path. Her steps were light, but her heart was heavy. She knew this would be the last time she came here with Daniel. The thought hurt, but she tried to stay calm. Her hands touched the soft fabric of her dress, as if to give herself strength. Daniel was already waiting by the old oak tree. It was their place. They had met there many times, sitting on the grass, laughing, telling stories, dreaming about the future. But today the air around them felt different. When Anna saw him, she stopped for a moment. His face looked pale in the evening light, his eyes tired but still warm. He smiled gently, but she could see the sadness behind it. "You came," Daniel said softly. His voice was quiet, almost afraid. "Of course I came," Anna answered. "I couldn't stay away." They stood in silence for a while. The forest was alive with small sounds, the singing of birds, the rustle of leaves, the whisper of the wind. Everything felt louder than usual, as if the world wanted to remind them that time was passing. Daniel took a step closer. He wanted to hold her, but he didn't. His hands stayed at his sides, shaking a little. "Anna," he whispered, "I don't want this, but I can't stay." You know that her chest ached at his words. She had known this moment would come, but knowing did not make it easier. "I know," she said, "I understand. But it doesn't make it hurt less." Tears filled her eyes, but she tried to smile. "Do you remember the first time we came here?" Daniel nodded. His lips curved into a small, sad smile. "You wore that white scarf, and you were so cold. I gave you my jacket, and you said it was too big, but you wore it anyway." They both laughed softly, but the laughter was weak, almost broken. Anna stepped closer now, her hand touching his. The warmth of his skin made her heart beat faster. "Promise me you won't forget," she said. Her voice was trembling. "I could never forget you," Daniel replied. His words were simple, but they felt strong, like roots deep in the earth. The light was fading. Shadows stretched across the ground. It felt like the forest was slowly closing its eyes, ready for night. Anna leaned her head against his chest, listening to his heartbeat. She wanted to stay like this forever, but forever was not possible. After a long silence, Daniel kissed the top of her hair. "Goodbye, my love," he said. Her tears finally fell, warm and endless. "Goodbye," she whispered back. The wind moved through the trees, carrying their words away, as if the forest itself was keeping their secret. Anna walked home that night with slow steps. The path through the forest was dark now, but she knew it well. Each stone, each turn, every tree felt familiar. The goodbye was still burning in her heart, but her mind began to escape into the past. She remembered the first time she met Daniel. It had been spring, when the air smelled of flowers and the grass was fresh and green. She was sitting by the river, drawing in her notebook. She often went there to be alone, to listen to the sound of water and the birds in the trees. Daniel had appeared suddenly with his bicycle. He was trying to cross the small wooden bridge, but the wheel slipped, and he almost fell into the water. Anna laughed without thinking, the sound soft and honest. Daniel looked up at her, surprised, and then laughed too. "Not my best moment," he said with a smile. His hair was messy, his clothes were simple, but his eyes shone with a kind light. "That bridge is always tricky," Anna answered. "You're lucky it didn't break." From that moment, something quiet and warm started between them. He sat near her, and they talked like old friends, even though they had just met. Anna showed him her drawings, small sketches of trees, rivers, and flowers. Daniel looked at them with real interest, not fake words. He told her about his love for music, how he played the guitar when nobody was listening. The hours passed quickly. When the sun began to set, Daniel said, "Maybe we will meet here again." And they did, many times. The forest and the river became their secret world. They shared stories, dreams, and fears. Daniel brought his guitar once and played a soft song for her. His voice was quiet, a little shy but beautiful. Anna listened with closed eyes, her heart dancing to the sound. She remembered how, one evening, it started to rain. They ran under the trees, laughing like children, their clothes wet, their hair sticking to their faces. Daniel took her hand to pull her forward, and he did not let go even when the rain stopped. That was the first time she felt how right it was to be close to him. As Anna walked now through the dark forest, her tears slowed. The sadness was still there, but the memories were like a gentle blanket. She could almost hear Daniel's laughter again, feel the warmth of his hand in hers. At the edge of the forest, she looked back once more. The trees stood tall and silent, guarding the place where their love had both started and ended. "Maybe love never really ends," she whispered to herself. "Maybe it just changes and stays inside us." Her words faded into the night, but in her heart they stayed strong. The night was long. Anna lay in her small room, staring at the ceiling. The silence was heavy, broken only by the sound of her breathing. Sleep did not come. Her mind was full of Daniel, his voice, his eyes, his last goodbye. She closed her eyes and let the memories carry her again, back to the time when everything felt new and bright. It was summer. The air was warm, the sky full of stars. Daniel and Anna were sitting by the lake, their feet touching the cool water. The moon was big and silver, and the night was so quiet that they could hear the soft splash of fish under the surface. Daniel was telling her a story about his childhood, something funny about climbing trees and falling down. She laughed so much that her stomach hurt, and he laughed with her. When the laughter faded, silence filled the space between them, but it was a good silence, soft and deep. Anna looked at him, and he looked back. His eyes were gentle but strong, like they could see everything inside her. Slowly, without words, Daniel reached for her hand. His fingers trembled a little, but they held hers with care. "Anna," he whispered, his voice low, "I think I've loved you from the first moment." Her heart beat fast. She wanted to answer, but no words came. Instead, she leaned closer. The world around them disappeared, the stars, the lake, the trees, all were quiet witnesses of that moment. Their lips touched. The kiss was soft, shy, but full of promise. Anna felt warmth spread through her whole body, as if the night itself had given them its blessing. When they pulled away, Daniel smiled, and his smile was the most beautiful thing she had ever seen. "I promise," he said, "I will always be here for you." Anna remembered how she answered, her voice shaky but true. "And I promise to never let go." Now, lying in her room with tears on her cheeks, those words cut deep. They had promised forever, but forever had ended too soon. She sat up and touched her lips with her fingers, as if the kiss still lived there. Her heart ached, but at the same time, it felt alive with love. Even if Daniel was gone, the memory of him was part of her, written inside her like the lines of a song. Anna stood and went to the window. The night sky stretched above her, filled with stars, just like that summer evening. She whispered into the darkness, "Do you still remember, Daniel? Do you remember our promise?" The stars did not answer, but their light seemed a little brighter, like a quiet nod from the universe. Anna closed her eyes and breathed deeply. The pain was heavy, but so was the love. Both lived in her heart, side by side. The ending days turned into weeks, and Anna still walked through the forest. The path to the old oak tree became her secret ritual. Sometimes she sat on the grass, closed her eyes, and listened to the wind. It almost felt like Daniel was still there, whispering to her through the leaves. The pain was still sharp, but it changed slowly, like ice melting in spring. It did not break her anymore. It lived inside her as part of who she was. She carried his love like a quiet flame, small but eternal. One evening, as the sun set in soft gold, Anna placed a small stone at the base of the oak tree. She whispered, "For you, Daniel." For us, it was her way of keeping their story alive. She stood for a long time, watching the shadows grow. The forest was calm, almost peaceful. A gentle smile touched her lips, even as tears filled her eyes. "Goodbye, my love," she said once more, but this time the word did not break her. It felt like a promise to live, to dream, to carry his memory with her. As she walked away, the stars began to shine above the trees. The night welcomed her softly, like a blanket of light. And though Daniel was gone, Anna felt his presence in every step, in every breath of wind. Their love would never die. It had simply become part of the forest, part of her heart, part of forever.